Now you have this simple position animation with this square. So let's learn other animation options that you can do using Adobe Photoshop. So after 20 frames, add another keyframe. So this is 10 frame to 1 second here, another 10 frame, and which will give you 20 frames. Add another transform keyframe there. And right here, I want you to change the position of this square and put it at the middle of the screen. Can you do that? Okay, go ahead. I hope you did it. It's so simple. Just move the inductor to that second keyframe, hold shift and hold shift in your keyboard, use move tool and move the square to the middle of the screen like that. Okay, so in order to add a scale animation, all what you need to do is to press Ctrl T to open the transform options. So press Ctrl T or Command T if you have a Mac, and this box will appear. You can scale it up, hold shift and alt in your keyboard and scale it up like that. And you can see during that time it will move the position and it will scale at the same time. Fantastic. So this is a simple scale, and of course you can make it smaller, it will work the same. Now after another 20 frames, add another keyframe, and here I want to rotate this square. To do that, press Ctrl T at the second keyframe, and you can see the rotation angle now is 0. So if you change that, the square will rotate and you will have an animation of rotation. So I will add here 180 degree. So this is a full rotation. You can do that, save change, and here we go, you have a one rotation. That is cool. Now let's do something cooler. So go to the history and undo that move, undo free transform. Okay, I want to show you something. So if I go to after 10 frames here, between the 10 frames and 2 seconds, add a keyframe there. And if I asked you what is the rotation angle of these 3 keyframes, what is the answer? The answer will be 0. They have no rotation angle. So if you change the one at the middle, right here, press Ctrl T, you can change this one and put it 180 degree. And let's see what will happen. So what will happen is between 10 and 20 it will rotate 180 degree. Now you know that the angle here is 0. Okay? Once it reach 180, it will get back to 0. So you will have 2 rotation. Actually 4. Okay? So this is 180 and another 180. Fantastic. The last thing at this lecture I want to show you is the opacity keyframe. So now the opacity is 100% as you can see from here. Okay, so if you add an opacity keyframe using this watch icon right here, move forward 20 frames and add another opacity keyframe. Now both of them is 100%. So if you change the second one, you will have an opacity animation. So let's make the square disappear. Go to the opacity and make it 0%. So you can see it will disappear. Okay, let's make it appear. So after 10 frames right here, add another opacity keyframe, then just make it 100%. Okay, so it will disappear and appear again. Okay, cool. Now don't delete this animation. In the next lecture I will show you a little tricks about keyframes and the physics effects, and next we will talk about style animation. So thank you for watching and see you in the next lecture.